Welcome to another YouTube channel. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So we're in my dad's farm in Guatemala right now. We're going to fetch the cows. We just arrived. Quickly changed my clothes. So I'm gonna take you guys on this journey with me going. So right here guys, I had noticed that they had left me. I couldn't catch up with them because the cows were already gone. So I had to wait for them to go to the dam. Then I would run and continue herding the cows with them. So I got a glimpse of them and I had to start running if I wanted to catch up with them. So I was very tired. I was wearing slippers. I couldn't run really fast. However, I tried my hard best to catch up with the cattle and them. So I had reached Idamle Hall after running so fast. I reached it finally. The view was very beautiful guys. The scenery, the smell, hearing the crickets, everything was just music to my ears. So right here, my sister and I were helping my Bamtala to herd the cows before the veterinarian arrives for getting blood samples. So we had to take them to drink some water because they've been grazing in the paddock near the fields in the homestead. So since we don't have any atlap for ukunatela inkomo, so they usually come to the dam. The water is very clean, and since it has been raining for quite some time, the cows are actually showing very much progress in weight gain. Right here we were told to go back because besivimba inkomo ukuthi zihambe endleleni. So yeah, this is the scenery guys. So beautiful, so calm. Wish you guys were able to experience this thing. I was also very thirsty, so that's why I was rushing because I couldn't drink the dam water, which was filled with so much bacteria and stuff. So we had to hurry up and go back home. Also, the heat was just too much for me. I was feeling very weak, and the running that I did before. So now we were taking a walk with my Bamtala. He was also teaching us about the way of life in the farm, how to herd, and how we should be able to communicate with our cattle. It was really fascinating to see, most especially when he told a cow to come back after he had gone astray. I was very fascinated. And yeah, they also have some plants here such as beans, maize. However, it's still very small because they're trying to refrain from doing monoculture. So they want to make sure that the soil is able to grow any type of crop. So this year they were doing beans and just a few crops of maize. So I decided to go back home because my mom Tala was taking the cows back to the paddock and it was a long journey, so I couldn't take the heat anymore. So he continued and the cows were not cooperating anymore, guys. They did not want. Here we're at Guatemba. This is my father's side of the homestead, my late grandfather and grandma's homestead. Right there is the dam. We had finally got back home, so we had some chores to do. People were very hungry, so as the ladies of the farm, we had to make a plan of cooking. So right here, this is my Coco's kitchen, guys. Please don't judge my shoes. I didn't know where my shoes were, so I wore my baby sister's shoes. So I had to leave because my mom was cooking outside, so I couldn't cook inside because intutu iba iningi in the kitchen. And right here I spotted one of the most famous birds, Equatemba. This bird's name is called Ukoro. Ukoro is very known for fending for the female, most especially if it is a male, just like this one. It'll be going alone and taking care of the hatched or unhatched eggs that. So guys, we are eating right now. We moved away from the cattle. We don't know what's wrong with these cows. Honestly, they don't want to enter the kraal, and we're waiting for the veterinarian to come and check them because we want to take some cows to our farm. So we're here in Guatemba today, where my dad grew up. So we want to take some of the cows that he has always had. So we need to check their blood and make sure they don't have any sort of diseases before we take them to our cattle that side. So that is what we're here for today. So guys, right now we're done eating. So the veterinarian has just arrived. So we're going to take some blood samples right now from the cows that are ours. That's the veterinarian right there. I'm gonna go the other side, guys, right now because I think it's more visible. So I went to the other side because it was more visible. I can bore you, so you guys are able to see which cattle they are choosing. Yeah, it's only about 10 cattle, if I'm not mistaken, 10 to 11 cattle that we'll be taking here. Oh, so cute. Ah, hey, sapa ka binkomo mina. The cows are not cooperating as usual. They didn't want to follow the instructions. It was just all haphazard. But finally, when I say finally, the cows were stable and it was the same Kotwin. So I had to take a water break myself because the heat was too much. And then right here, the vet had started his work. I had bought a 20-liter bucket of water so I was able to clean the syringes of the injections. Damn. 15%. Now I think it somewhere around. What are they doing?
Hey! Hey, shit, come on! Hey!
They moved, they moved.
Hey!
Damn. So the cows were done taking blood samples, and we were going to wait 3 to 4 days for us to get the results of if whether we're going to be able to take them to our farm or not. So right here we had found out that one of the cows that we want to take had been sick for a very long time. So the vets wanted to give it an injection to boost its system because it was said that maybe it has a bovine disease. So it was very sick, becoming thin. Now a funny fact that you guys would want to know is that this bull that I'm showing right here, his name is also Skopo, and it is the bull that is responsible for all the cows with the many patches. Now this is Imbuzi that they leave behind Satzingadlo Amakanga, which is jackals. So they take the big goats out.
The next day.
Morning guys, just woke up. My camera was really low so I couldn't take any videos in the evening, and it was raining, so people went to sleep early basically. But others woke up early to work on the fields. I even lost one of my earrings, as you can see, while I was sleeping. I don't know where it is, so I have to remove the other one. So I want to show you. That's where we're going. Then I'm going to show you guys 2 rows. Then I'll go back home. We've reached the section. So they actually planted beans this side. These are the beans, the small beans. So they want to continue this project until the other end, that side. So for today, I think they'll be just doing this part and that small section there, which is not yet done. So I'm going to wait for them to come the other side. Yeah, but if we have them done, and forget right. So I showed you guys what they were doing that side. Now I'm going home because we have to finish up some house chores, bath, and then we have to go on our way back to Bulawayo and back to our farm. So I am really tired. Pretty sure you guys can see that through my eyes. Like, not I didn't sleep at all. So I'm going back. Walk through a spider's web for a second. Bear with me, y'all. They swear they're not gone, bro. They swear they're not gone. They're gone now, guys. So she got their leads and stuff. So I'm risking, guys, getting it. So we can catch up with them. This is Kalila Matolewa. Matola is selling Alice. Get this visa.
The cows need their babies, that's why. Yeah.
Don't hold on to me, Joy.
That's why they're busy crying. Their children. Like that, like me.
When it's all down.
When it's violent.
There, the toilet is coming. It's a portrait or something.
Yeah.
So he's just opening the paddock and he's gonna put them there and close it.
They're trying to fight me. They're gonna deal with the big boy.
Okay guys, I'm closing the vlog for Kwatemba. It was such a nice experience. I wish I should have stayed many more days, but then I couldn't. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the experience and that to see the life that we used to live here in my grandparents' farm. Let me show you the fields for them. That chair over there is where my bamtala sits and watches over to check a bird called Iskwehle, which eats umumbu, umbila, and stuff. And those birds are actually harmful to the plants that we have here. So then he'll be sitting there and make sure that those birds don't eat the beans. Then this side is a machakaranda. We call it a machakaranda because that's where we usually sit and we tell stories with others. Okay guys, to leave right now. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe.
3 days later.
So these were the cattle and they arrived at around 10 p.m. However, the people who brought the cattle were there to take 4 or 5 more cattle in our call because these 2 cattle were no longer productive. They spent over 2 years without producing any type of offspring. So my dad sold 2 heifers and 2 steers. Yeah, we were really sad. My sister and I were really sad during this process because one of the cows called Upiti was with us for a very long time and she contributed a lot to the crop. The new cattle were actually getting used to the place. They were just grouping themselves into one, kind of shocked as to where they are. However, it was a really sunny day even though it was filled with so much sadness.